Hello, my friends. My name is Uche Onyebadi, and you're most welcome to another edition of Cross Cultural Experience. Now, this is a program where we talk about moving from one culture to another, experiencing something, and then sharing with the rest of the viewers of this program, especially what you learned from that experience. Because our world is so diverse that if you move from one end to another, you're going to encounter something that is different. Now, it is not for you to be judgmental about that experience. It is just how the people live. That's it. Get to know how they live and then blend. As you remember the name, when you go to Rome, behave like Romans. Anyway, you're welcome one more time. If you want to be part of this program, all you need to do is to email me, crossculturalexperiences@gmail.com, crossculturalexperiences@gmail.com, and then we can take it from there. Now, if you're wondering what's going on, this is from Afghanistan, given to me by a friend, and this is from Ghana. So I try to practice what I preach. All right, but that's not what I'm talking about today. Have you ever visited a city and you feel like just relocating and living there? Yeah, for a variety of reasons. Now, here is one reason you need to go to, if you can afford it, and if you have the opportunity, please travel to Canada, but not just anywhere in Canada. Go to the city called Toronto in Canada. I bet you want to relocate to that city because of the vast population, the multitude of cultures that meld together in that city. I just visited there once and I just felt like going back, and just go and live there. It is one city that you look at, you go to, and you realize that we are all under one planet. Before I share my experience, let me read something from that. I'm looking at my cell phone. I'm going to read you something about that city. It says, Toronto is Canada's largest city, the capital of Ontario province, and a major global center for business, arts, and culture. That is what interests me, cross-cultural experience. It is known for its extreme, not just for its, it says for its extreme multiculturalism, diverse neighborhoods, and iconic landmarks like the CN Tower and so on and so forth. It offers a vibrant mix of international cuisine. I can testify to that. Festivals, sports, and entertainment with a population that includes people from 200 ethnic groups that speak more than 140 languages. 200 ethnic groups speaking more than 140 languages. Talks about the culture. The city is just is slightly over 6 million. It says culture, one of the world's most multicultural cities, and over half the population born outside of Canada. You can go and check it out on the internet. These guys, the people who wrote this, I don't think they even have done a lot of justice. When you go there, nobody will tell you that this is a very, very diverse. Nobody recognizes that you're pink, black, yellow, whatever color, white. That is a city you just go and then you just become a part of it. Very, very nice city. Cool, when the temperature allows it. But it is one of the best cities I've ever visited on this planet. Because everybody, it's like magnetic. Everybody goes there. And nobody asks you, who are you? What? No. You just go there and just become part of it. You realize that this world, we are all together. And we belong to one world. In fact, when they talked about the cuisine, I'll tell you something. When I was in that city, a friend of mine and his family. He's from Bangladesh. What did he do? He says, let's go eat out with the family. So we went to, remember, from Bangladesh, originally from Nigeria. We went to a Pakistani restaurant where I ate almost one of the best dishes I've ever eaten on this planet. Bangladesh, Nigeria, in Canada, in Toronto, in Canada, and Pakistani restaurant. Can you imagine? That just tells you how this city is. And you can eat food from any part of this world. Of course, I'm not doing PR for the city. Okay? No. But I'm telling you, when you have the opportunity, go to where? Go to Toronto and you find out that all this is people are talking racism, and I'm not saying they don't have their own problems. They must have their own problems, but this is not one of it. You go to that city and then you look out the vast population of human beings. People respect one another. They do their own things. No matter where you come from, nobody asks you like they now do in South Africa. No questions. But in South Africa, everybody is an immigration officer. You're walking down the street, somebody asks you, where is your passport? Where is your visa? What are you doing here? And then some of them, you give them your passport, they can't even read. They can't even read, they don't even understand. And government kind of looks the other way while these hooligans do their own bit on the streets of major cities in South Africa because they want people to go home. You know, I mean, you have a point when you say that your country cannot be a den of thieves, people who do all kinds of ugly and bad things, people who sell drug dealers, and no, that's not what, nobody will sanction that. I wouldn't. But the question, the larger question is, why is that thing they do in South Africa skewed in terms of one race? Black people from Africa. Why is it? Are you telling me that you go to South Africa, you don't find people from other races who are undocumented? Are they being, are their offices and their businesses being vandalized? Do people stop them on the streets and ask them, okay, where is your passport? Where is it? Why is it skewed in terms of one race? Not to talk of the people from the same continent that they shed their blood. They made all sorts of sacrifices to make sure that South Africa was rescued from the jaws of apartheid. Everywhere in the African continent, people contributed to make sure that they tasted freedom. And now they want the same people to just go away. All right, you can tell them go away, but do it in a more civilized manner, give them time, then they will go. You don't go carry sticks and whatever, meeting all of them, beating them. In fact, the one that was so painful to me was that they went to, according to the videos we got, going to a hospital and seeing pregnant women who want to see their daughters, and you chase them away. That this hospital is just for South Africans. Okay, people have left. No wonder so many people across the continent, they were rejoicing when during the opening games, in the World Cup, South Africa was beaten, the first to be beaten, and then the first to leave the tournament. When it went to the other stage, they were the first to go. And people were rejoicing. And some South Africans, even the goalkeeper was like, oh, what's going on? You don't know what's going on? Okay, this is not about South Africa. I still talk about Toronto in Canada. I mean, you can feel the contrast. You go there and you're most welcome. Nobody asks you any questions. Do your own thing. Eat your own food. Socialize the much you want. Make your own friends. Maybe your own enemies. But it is one place you need to visit. Toronto in Canada, where everybody, the world melts together. and everybody's singing one song, and it is a song of togetherness. You know, I wish Bob Marley was still alive. He would have composed something. One word. Let's blend together and feel all right. If you want to do that, please go visit Toronto in Canada. And that is where you gain the experience. So I was there, I came back full of very positive spirit about the city. I mean, it's so positive that you can say, okay, whatever nonsenses they have, you can accommodate them because the positives are just much higher than the negatives. Toronto in Canada, multicultural in almost every respect, including the food. I can testify. And I enjoyed myself eating food, Pakistani food in Toronto, in Canada, being paid for by my friend from where? Bangladesh. Okay. All right. I'll stop the song at this point. So if you want to be part of this program, all you need to do, like I said before, it's email me crossculturalexperiences at gmail.com, and then we can take it from there. But remember, when you cross cultures, it's on you to obey their laws, to respect how they do things, and learn, because there is something to learn from anywhere you go on this planet. Okay, so that's where I will stop, and I wish you all the best. Stay safe, and as I always say, stay blessed. Bye for now.